Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I'm getting ready to fly and I just wanted to go over and tell you some of the things you have to do, especially if you're Canadian or UK, and some things that you really have to be wary of when you're getting ready to travel. Okay, so if you're traveling to the United States or really anywhere, you have to really make sure that you know where you're going, what the restrictions are, what the details are, all those sort of things. It can be very, very harrowing because everybody seems to have their own protocols and their own ideas in place. Like right now, the Americans are going to be able to travel to Canada as of August 9th, but we can't travel to the United States from Canada to the United States. If you're going to go on a cruise right now and you're fully vaccinated, in Canada you're considered fully vaccinated. But hey, guess what? The cruise lines in the United States are saying, hey, if you have an AstraZeneca vaccine as your first dose and another type of vaccine as your second dose, you're not considered vaccinated. You're not allowed to cruise. So now we're wondering, is that going to happen when you're just traveling to the United States? Are they going to consider you fully vaccinated when you're driving across the border if you don't have the same, like 2 doses of the same type of vaccine? That's a big possibility, and that might be one of the reasons the Americans right now said no to opening the border, because they have that in place and some vaccines haven't been approved in the United States. AstraZeneca to this day still has not been approved in the United States. Mixing and matching vaccines still has not been approved in the United States, while it's been approved in many, many other places across the world. So there may be more and more restrictions, so you really have to verify. Don't plan a really expensive trip. Don't plan anything that's really, really costly until you double check the requirements, and keep checking because they change on a daily basis. The rules right now about cruise ships changed 5 days ago, and I've had my cruise booked for a month, which means I've had my cruise booked, I've had my vacation planned, my hotels are paid for, my airfare's paid for, my cruise is paid for, and then they turn around and say, oh, by the way, your vaccine's not good enough. What do I do with like, I might get my cruise money back, I wouldn't get my hotel money back, I wouldn't get my airfare back, I wouldn't get my vacation that I booked off work back, all those sort of things. It's just becoming a little bit of a minefield to navigate. But the good news is, it's, the case counts and everything are down here in Canada really, really well. For instance, I was worried I was going to have you have to get a COVID test before flying the United States, and I was worried that it wouldn't arrive in time for my flight. But because of, there's hardly any cases right now that's happening. Like in Ottawa, we're getting 2 to 5 cases a day at the max. And there's nobody in hospital for over 3 weeks now. Not a single case is in hospital or ICUs for over 3 weeks, which is great news. And that means the laboratories where you get your testing done is much, much faster. So that can be a worry that like I had that worry. I think that's a worry we don't have to think about anymore, because there's not 100,000 tests being done a day in Canada right now. There's a few hundred in some places. So it's very, very easy to get your test back in time, which was a big concern on mine. But yeah, things are all over the place, right? And that's not even talking about going to Europe. Europe is now, we're going to be authorizing other countries in Canada to come as of September 7th, but we have no idea which countries are going to allow us to go as of yet. France is saying they're going to allow us to go, but that doesn't necessarily mean all the other countries are in the EU as well. So I just wanted to give a quick thing out there to be mindful if you're about to spend a lot of money, even if you think you're just going to Disney World or anything like that, because, oh, we're just gonna, now that the borders are opening up, we're gonna drive to Disney World. Well, yeah, have you been vaccinated yet? Well, do you have the same type of vaccine? because you might not be allowed across the borders. That could be coming within the next 30 days as they get ready to open up the borders in the US. And that is, even if they open it up at all. Well, like I said, it's a minefield.